This might be the best thing I've ever made. Like ever. Okay, my name is Nadia, and for the past week, I've been all about eggs. Scrambled, fried, poached, I've done it all. If you're not following me on TikTok, this is your sign to do so. You can find all those recipes and more there. However, one category of eggs that I haven't gotten around to yet are chocolate eggs. So you guessed it, this video is gonna be all about chocolate eggs and what to do with them. Just like you can do a lot with regular eggs, you can also do a lot with chocolate eggs. So I'm gonna show you guys 5 different recipes using mini eggs, Cadbury eggs, Kinder eggs, all the good things, and we're gonna try out some desserts. I'm super excited to try these. I have some really cool recipes planned. So on that note, let's get cooking. So I'm gonna start off with the classic mini egg, but of course there's a twist. The days are longer, the sun is out, it's almost summer, and to me that screams ice cream. So we're gonna start off by making Miniegg Ice Cream. I'm really excited about this one. To do this, you're gonna crush some mini eggs. I just put mine in a Ziploc bag and went over it with a rolling pin. You really need some strong muscles for this one, so I kind of ended up just hitting the mini eggs. If you do this, make sure to avoid the seam of your counter and put a cutting board underneath to protect your counter. For the ice cream part, you're gonna whisk up some really fluffy whipped cream, about 2 cups. And while that's doing its thing, combine 600 milliliters of condensed milk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Once the cream forms a soft peak, fold it into the condensed milk until completely combined. Well, if I can figure out how to make ice cream at home without an ice cream machine, game changer. Okay, now it's really nice and combined, so I'm gonna add my mini eggs. Oh my god, this smells so good. I'm like kind of tempted to try some. What the hell? Mom, this is really good. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna put this in the freezer overnight, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited to taste it. I think it's gonna be so good, so yay! Up next, we have an eggy take on a classic cupcake. You guessed it, we're making chocolate cupcakes with Cadbury cream eggs inside. To start this off, we're gonna make some classic chocolate cupcakes. To be honest, you could probably just use a box mix or take your favorite mug cake recipe and then add the Cadbury eggs inside. I think that's a really good idea actually, so somebody try it and let me know how it turns out. Just in case you don't wanna do that, you can combine 1 cup of flour, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of cocoa powder. Now make sure to sift your flour and your cocoa powder. Also add a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. Set your dry ingredients to the side, and in the separate bowl, whisk together 1 egg, half a cup of buttermilk, half a cup of oil, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Once it's all combined, add your dry ingredients and make sure to scrape the sides. Then with an ice cream scoop, fill the muffin cups up about halfway because the batter will expand when it cooks. And then they're ready for the oven. Just kidding, we need to add our Cadbury cream eggs. So you're literally just gonna pop these in the center, and hopefully these bake all right. While those bake on 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until a toothpick comes out clean, I'm gonna prepare the frosting. So this is actually the buttercream frosting that I made last week for the office cake. Instead of keeping it white and plain though, we're gonna add some color, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do a really cool tie-dye technique with the icing. Oh, how to do tie-dye? So for the tie-dye technique, all you have to do is separate your icing into equal parts depending on how many colors you want. Once you have the colors that you like, lay out a piece of saran wrap on your counter, and then pipe or scoop the icing into even rows. Then you're gonna roll it like a sushi roll, twist the ends, cut the tip off of one end, put it in your piping bag, and there you have it. Some really cute tie-dye flowers. Again, you can experiment with your colors and the sky's the limit, but I think these look kind of cute. Moving right along, next up we have Baci balls. My mom's been making Baci balls for a while. They're like homemade Ferrero Rochers. They have hazelnut, Nutella, and they're really yummy. But of course, we're gonna be adding a chocolate eggy twist, so I thought we'd go back to our classic mini eggs. So like we did earlier, crush your mini eggs. This time try and aim to make them really fine. We're gonna melt 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips in the microwave. Just make sure to reduce your power level so it doesn't burn. And then I'm gonna add 1 cup of crushed chocolate wafers. I'm just using the OG Napolitan, they're so good. And then to that, I'm gonna add 1 cup of Nutella or any hazel spread that you like. Make sure it's nice and combined, and then let it sit in the fridge for about an hour so everything can kind of harden and it's easier to work with. Once it's good to go, you can take a scoop and start shaping your balls. I'm just using this little scoop because I like when they're bite-sized. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky and a little bit messy. Is there a technique for these Baci balls? Oh, coming. Once you have all your balls, you're gonna take a mini egg and kind of stuff it in the middle, and then roll it around in some crushed mini eggs. I had a lot of trouble with this, and I ended up having to wash my hands every 5 minutes, but then I also ran my hands under some really cold water so the chocolate wouldn't melt as easily, and I found that was a little bit easier to do. When they're all done, I'm gonna put them back in the fridge to harden until they're ready to serve. For this next dessert, I was originally gonna use Minieggs, and then I saw this bag of Cadbury mini Easter eggs, and I thought, this is what I need to use for this next dessert. So I present to you Cadbury Supreme Dip. For this, all you have to do is beat 1 package of cream cheese with half a cup of unsalted butter. When it's nice and combined, add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup icing sugar, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. In a separate bowl, I'm gonna prepare my Cadbury eggs, so really just taking them out of the packaging. This is the caramel one. I'm gonna try the caramel one. Tastes a little bit different than like a regular caramel chocolate bar though. I don't know how I feel about that. And then I'm actually gonna throw them in the microwave for just like 20 seconds or so they kind of melt, and then I'm gonna mix them into the dip. To top it off, I'm gonna take some of the caramel eggs and the cream eggs, cut them in half, and use that as a garnish. You can serve this with graham crackers, or honestly just eat it with a spoon. Do what your heart desires. Last on the menu, we have, I think what I'm most excited about, a Kinder Egg milkshake. Now, this is not just gonna be any Kinder Egg. I'm actually gonna try and make the milkshake in this chocolate egg. So hopefully it turns out, hopefully it keeps its shape. I'm super excited. I think Kinder Bueno just like screams childhood. Like the kid inside of me is screaming right now, also the adult. So this is gonna be really fun. I haven't had one of these in years. I remember them being bigger. I guess because I was a kid. Oh, there's a crack in this one. Egg number 2. I love it. I think the most challenging part in all of this is gonna be trying to cut a hole in the middle because I wanna be able to take the toy out so I can put the milkshake inside. So yeah, I think I'm gonna heat my knife up under some hot water. Okay. That is so not big enough to take this toy out. I also kind of want to work quickly so that the egg doesn't like start to warm up and melt. But you also want to take your time so that the egg doesn't crack. Oh my god, it's so close. Ooh, there we go, there we go. Okay, perfect. In a blender, combine a few scoops of your favorite vanilla ice cream and then add a bunch of Kinder Bueno chocolate. I have these little Bueno mini bars and the top of the Kinder egg that I cut off. Now blend it really well, and now it's the moment of truth. Okay, I'm like really terrified that this is just gonna like open and go everywhere. I think I'm gonna put it in a container. Now I'm gonna top it with even more Kinder Bueno. That's not looking too bad. That's actually like, this looks like the ultimate like Kinder Bueno like milkshake, which is exactly what I was going for. I think we all know what this is, and I'm so excited to try this. This is the Miniegg Ice Cream. It looks like ice cream. That's a good start. Ooh, that scoops nicely. I tried this one before I froze it, and it was really, really good. So now I'm excited to see what it's like when it's actually like an ice cream form. Oh my god, I made ice cream. I have goosebumps. Honestly, guys, if you're gonna make anything from this video, please make it be the ice cream. It's so good. It was so simple. Like, it is a little bit sweet. I obviously didn't add any sugar. It was literally just whipping cream, condensed milk, and vanilla. The mini eggs obviously add a little bit of sweetness, but I think the next time I make these, I'm gonna reduce the condensed milk just a little bit so it's not super, super sweet, but I've made myself speechless. Next up, I have the Cadbury cupcake. I cut it in half because I wanted to see what the egg looked like inside. I thought it was gonna be really ooey gooey, but I put these in the fridge to cool quicker, so I think it kind of hardens. So they look like a little funny, but I'm sure they're still gonna taste good. I think I overbaked them by just like a minute or two because the cupcake is a little bit dry, but it's nice because the egg and the buttercream make it a little more moist. These, I don't know if I would make again. I would definitely choose different colors. I really don't like these. They remind me of like Frankenstein. Putting the egg inside was fun, but I think for it to really, really work, I need deeper muffin tins. The ones that I have were kind of shallow, so the egg stuck out a little bit. So, I don't know. So much sugar in my mouth. So for the Baci balls, I threw them in the fridge for a little bit, and then when I was ready to serve them, I let them sit at room temperature for a little bit because otherwise they're going to be really hard and nobody needs to chip a tooth on a mini egg. It kind of just tastes like a really big mini egg because you get a really nice crunch from the outside, and then the inside is just all chocolate. It's not super Nutella-y. I was kind of afraid that the hazelnut flavor was going to take over, but really good. A little bit messy, but 10 out of 10. This is delicious. These are good. Does anybody want it? I'm going to try a little bit of this with a graham cracker. Mom. It's really good. I'm really happy with how this came out. It's not super, super sweet. I think I would still reduce the amount of icing sugar that I put in just because I added all these eggs and I'm probably gonna have a sugar rush by the end of this video, but that's fine. I feel like this is the perfect addition to any Easter dessert. Yeah. And finally, we get to try the Kinder Egg Milkshake. And for that, I have a very special accessory. We're gonna see if it works. Oh, it goes behind your ear. Uh-huh, that's how it works. These looked cool in the store, so I thought I would buy them. It's working. I feel so ridiculous, but this is also like the best thing I've ever purchased. So the milkshake is really good. It tastes exactly like Kinder Bueno. It's not too sweet. It's perfect. Honestly, the egg was a little bit tricky to cut. My backup plan was to just kind of cut it in half and kind of have it like as a bowl, if that makes sense. But this turned out, it looks super cute. It hasn't broken yet. Like I literally have it in a container because I'm terrified it's just gonna like in a couple seconds, but it's great. Like you can't go wrong with Kinder Bueno. So I mean, hey. Well, there you have it guys. 5 ways to use chocolate eggs this Easter. Honestly, these were really fun to make. I have sweets for days now, so it's gonna be great. I enjoyed all of them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next Friday. Bye. Sorry. Does anybody know how to do like oh no. Okay, well that happens, I guess. I need to stop eating because I have other things to try. Okay. As you can see, my family takes Easter very seriously. This is my mom's egg tree that she's been making like forever. Some of these eggs are older than I am. Next up, I have the, I forget what I called this. Go ahead. My mom's making Easter eggs. So you don't burn your chocolate. This is like amazing because now, you know how many things I can turn into ice cream?